Jamal Wilkes, after 1 year, hangs it up for the Fortune. He played a grand total of like 1 game, I'm gonna guess. Oh, he played 10 games. Okay. So, I mean, I guess he got to put on 52 a couple times, but we still thank him for his service. Joe Dawkins retires. Robert Parrish, Adrian Dantley, Johnny Davis. Not sure why I called out Johnny Davis instead of some of these guys that are on teams like Mike Bratz, but another big list of guys that are retiring. A lot of coaches starting to retire as well, including our CFO. So maybe we get an extra little like kicker in money. Maybe we have a little bit more money. Don't know what a CFO does, not gonna lie, especially in the video game. Robert Parrish, Adrian Dantley, and Jamal Wilkes get their jerseys retired by their respective teams. Jamal Wilkes was a longtime Laker, of course. A lot of rebranding, it looks like, and then a new rule where the shot clock only resets when the ball hits the rim. Yeah, some of these rules I didn't even realize they were different. I just kind of always figured like, yeah, that's basketball, but it's been like that since, before I was born. Going into this draft lottery, I would assume that we are not going to be here anywhere. And we have the Clippers pick at number 13, and then we should have our own, which is at 24. So we're still sitting okay. Have a lot of people we can sign, but the computer can do that for me. Obviously, we have Shaq, we have Alonzo Mourning, Christian Laettner. Would have been a good draft class to try and get into as well, but I am completely happy with Dikembe Mutombo. I'm not going to try and get back into this draft and try and give up more assets to get Shaq as much as it would be fun to go get him. I am just going to be happy with what I got. Robert Horry, Big Shot Rob is potentially a guy we could go get at 13. Doug Christie, another guy we could potentially get. He could potentially slide maybe a little bit. Hubbard Davis is potentially a guy we can get maybe in the late first round pick, maybe their second round pick. Charles Spirell is definitely another guy that we can potentially get, even though they have him ranked number 6. So a lot of good talent spread across this, and so I'm not entirely worried about moving up. So we're just gonna let it play out as is. Portland Trailblazers are gonna go ahead and pick up Shaq. He's got the Superman tattoo, and I did not realize that was in his rookie 2K save, but 7-1 out of LSU, 300 pounds. Timberwolves take Alonzo Mourning, 6'10" out of Georgetown. And they're talking about Derek Coleman leaving, but they have a lot of bigs up there in Minnesota, so they'll have to figure that out. Chicago's going to take LaFonso Ellis, power forward out of Notre Dame. The Sixers are going to take Jim Jackson, shooting guard out of Ohio State. And the Suns are going to take Latrell Sprewell, who I was eyeing as a late first-round pick, but he's going to go number 5 to the Suns. So we're going to sim to my pick here. Christian Laettner goes number 7 to the Pacers. Tom Gugliotta goes number 10 to the Pistons. And a lot of guys that I mentioned are already out there, still out there that we can go pick up.